Hey everybody, welcome to Hook and Hunt TV Live. I know it's been a while since we've done one. What we're going to do tonight is we are going to do the new installation for the G2 carbon grips. And that's what I wanted to show you. Now, we've already got the rod mostly set up for it. I've already got mixed the glue. I did that just for time constraints because I didn't want you to be here all night watching this. It really doesn't take that long. So what we're going to do first is we're going to actually install the butt cap on here, and then we're going to install up to the real seat. So some of you are going to be asking, so what's different about the G2 carbon seats? These are the lightest that I've ever felt compared to even cork or EVA. They're definitely more sensitive because these are made of carbon. I built a rod with one of the handles last year, and I will tell you this, that without question it was the most sensitive rod that I've ever had, because as sensitive as these Bushido blanks are, the carbon actually transmits the feel better, much better than EVA or cork. On top of it, it's lighter. And if you're throwing a bladed jig, for example, or a spinnerbait, I could literally feel the blade going back and forth in the palm of my hand when you're holding on to this handle. It's not dulled at all like a little bit it might be with cork or it might be with EVA. These things are the next step, next evolution, what I call, in rod handles, and they make your rods not only incredibly sensitive, but extremely light as well. So let's get to installing it. Now, these are all made by American Tackle. They're the only ones who have these. And they all come with an arbor system inside. So you can see I've already drilled that out. But what that arbor system does is that's what's going to hold on to that rod. That's going to hold it a glue on there, so you can adjust it depending on the rod that you built. Now what I did is I have a reaming system here. There's 4 different ones, and then you pick the size for your rod and you go up gradually from smaller to bigger, and eventually you get to the size where it's going to fit your rod snugly. You want a little bit of room in there, but you want it to fit snug. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I've got this marked out already, and I'll show you where all the marks are as we get to them. But first I'm just going to slide this down on the tip here. Now when we get closer here, I've got it, so this is going to fit. I want it right down on the end here. So now what I'm going to do, always make sure you have some isopropyl alcohol with you, because this glue is highly effective and it sticks to everything. So make sure you have some of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this glue now, and I'm going to put it a little bit higher than on the end where I want it. Why? Because when I turn this on here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, that's actually going to spread the glue out evenly, and it's going to have a better seat for that arbor. Okay, so, and never be afraid to use a little bit more glue than you think. There's nothing wrong with that. We can always wipe it off at the end, and here you're not going to see it underneath the seat anyway. So there, we got that. Now what I'm going to do is, if you can see, I'm going to rotate this. And what that's going to do is that is going to move that glue around in there and spread it evenly, if you can see this here. And I'm going to get it right where I want it, right there, okay? Now that's the first part of it. I'm not going to put the bud cap on yet, because I'm going to be moving this rod around a lot. That'll be one of the last things we'll do. Now, I'm going to take this little winding check right here that's going to fit down over the top of this. That's going to keep any water out and give you a good seal on there. So we'll move this down here. And then what I'm going to do is just to use a little bit of glue. I'll get my arm out of the way in a second here, but we're going to take a little bit of glue here. Okay, just like on that. And I am going to move this around on here, like so. A little bit of a chunk there, but that's okay. We can get that off. All right. Let me get just a little bit more out of here, like so. Put that all the way around the cap. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that right to here. And then I'm going to fit it and make sure it slides right in there. Now, here is where paper towel always comes in handy. All right. First, I'm going to just take a little bit of it off, like so. And I don't want to spray the alcohol on there just yet. I'm going to give that a little bit of time to set. I can always get that off by the time we're done here tonight, and I'll show you what I'll do when I'm done with that. So that's the back part of it. Again, when we're done with everything, then I will slide the butt cap on. What's really cool about these butt caps, if you think about it, you can engrave those, you can paint those, you can do whatever. The same with all these. So you can really customize it. It's really, really pretty cool little deal. You can put your initials on there. There's little tags you can put on for your favorite sport team, whatever technique you're throwing, fish you're catching, whatever. So that's kind of a neat little customizable thing that comes with that. Okay, now the next part is going to be the back part of the real seat, so to speak, or how that's really going to fit on here is I'm going to show you how it's going to fit first. It's going to fit on there just like that, okay? That's your grip. That's where your hand's going to be on part of this. So we're going to install that next, okay? Same thing. The arbor is drilled out here, all right? So now I've got my real seat marked where I want my real seat. I measured out all this stuff ahead of time. So now this is going to come right to the back of where I put my tape. So we'll move that on here. As soon as I can fit that through there. There you go. Now we're going to fit this up on here like so. That up there just like that. Now I know where that's going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this up a little bit. Right in there. Again, I'm going to take the glue here. Show you what we're going to do. We'll take it right back here. We're going to move this around on here. Like so. And get just a little bit more. Said having paper towels with you and having some of that alcohol, you can't go wrong with that. Now, if you like this information, you like this, please do me a favor. Please like it, share it. You've got any questions or comments, I will get to them after we're done doing all this. As always, I will answer everybody's questions the best I can. If I'm not sure how to answer it, I'll put you in contact with somebody from American Tackle that will be able to do so. But please, like I said, make sure if you like this, just share it. Okay, that's pretty good there. Do the same thing here. Now I'm going to spin this. And it's okay if we get a little bit of glue on there. No big deal. So we'll pull this back a little bit more. And that's about right where we want it, right there. Now, we did that, but I forgot one little tip that I'm going to do, and that's okay. I can take this off because this has happened before. Let me just get this off here. We forgot one little thing, and that piece is the cap, but no harm done. So we will put this cap on first. This is good that you guys see this because this stuff really does happen. So occasionally you'll forget something. No big deal. We'll put a little bit more glue on there. I'll rub that part off. This will actually make that stuff stick a little bit better once I clean it off. So okay, we got this here. Got this here. Now we can put it on. I knew I was going to do that too, you know that. I knew I was going to forget that one part. So okay, so here we go. We got this on here. Turn this. And I'll show you how we'll easily take that off. Now I got glue building up in there, which is going to be good for that cap, because that's going to help me secure it on that cap. I get it to my marks right there, and that's where I want it. Now, what I can do, this is usually the easiest way to do it if you get too much glue buildup. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some of this alcohol on here, just like so. We'll easily clean that off. Like I said, always have some extra paper with you. There's that. I'll spray that a little bit more. And there you go. No harm, no foul, and that's nice and installed. Okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put on the real seat. Now, if you get any glue on your hands, here's the easiest way to do this. Just put some of that alcohol on there, rub your hands together, dry it off with the towel, and it takes it right off. Okay. Now, with the reel seat right here, this G2 reel seat, some of them have a carbon or have an insert in here. And you can, there's about 3 different colors that you can get with it, 3 different designs. This one, since this blank's a little bit bigger, I'm not going to put this insert in here. I'm going to have this right on the blank. If you want to see how to correctly install this insert, leave a message or comment on it on here, and I will put a link to the video that Don Morse from American Tackle did on how to correctly install the inserts. It's a great, easy, simple video, and it adds another way to customize your reel seats. So if you want to, just comment, say, hey, I want to see the insert video, and I will put it on there. Don did a great job on it, and I'll easily share that with you. Okay, so now we're going to take this. The next part that's going to go on there is going to be the ring, which is going to fit like here. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take a little bit of glue here and put it around the inside, like so. Just like that. That'll fit in there really good. And I'm also going to take a little here, a little more here. There you go. And we will put it, set that right there, and we will put a little just on the inside of here. The good thing is, again, we can easily wrap that off or wipe that off when we're done with it. I don't mind having too much glue to start with. You can always wipe it off. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so the first thing that's going to go on now with this part of it, you're going to know that this part goes in here, like so. So this part here is going to slide on next. This is actually going to help you line that up. That's in there now, and it's glued. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the reel seat, put it here, right there. Now I want to build this up just a little bit, okay? And it's real close right there, but I want to make it a little bit snug. So what I'm going to do, this is how you actually build an arbor, or what another way to say arbor is just an anchoring point, that's all it is. So I'm going to put just a couple wraps on that right here, just like so. Okay, there's that. I want to make sure and see if that goes over that. It does. That's what I want. We're going to put another one right here. Good. Now, before I put glue on it, I'm just going to make sure that that's going to slide over to that. That's going to slide over to that. And that should be just fine. Let me move that back just a little bit there. That should be right where we want it, just about there. That's what we'll do. Now, take this off here. I'm going to do this over just a little bit. Let's get them just a little bit better setup there. There. Want it nice and tight on there. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to take the glue, put it right on here. This is where your reel seat is going to stick to. One of the areas, there's two of them here, which you'll see here. So that's that. Now, put some right here. Now, any excess glue, I'll show you what we'll do. If it smears on there, I'll show you what we'll do with that. Put that on right there. That looking good. Okay, there's that. Now what we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to turn, just like so. Now I'm going to line up. I have my mark where my guides are going to be. I'm going to line that up right there. And there is your handle. Now, any excess glue that I have here, same thing. I'm going to take a little right there. There's not a lot there. I can easily pull that off now, like so, like so, and like so. Now we'll glue everything together, just like that. And that basically is going to be your setup. All right. Now, we said we're going to put the cap on the back, and that is the easiest part to do. So we'll just put a little bit of glue back here, like here and here. Put that all on there. Make that right flush with that. Looks good. A little more here. Said I don't mind if there's a lot of glue on there. That's fine by me. Just like that, like that. There's that part of it there. Now we'll take this cap. Actually put this on here. All right. That goes there. That goes in there. Now, you take a little part right here. And this will be the last part of it. Put that on here. Like so. Extra. Should be that about there. Put your customizable cap on there. Then what I'm going to do is just wipe that off. I'll let that set for a little bit. And once that's all set, then I'll go over it with the alcohol and clean it off. Now what I'm going to do, here is actually the cap. That after that dries, I will put the hood right on there. That's done. Now when it's done and cleaned up, I'm going to show you one we already had complete. And that's what it looks like right there. This will be one of the lightest, most sensitive rods that you will have. Not that hard to do, easy to put together, a rock solid setup, and you will have, without question, the most sensitive rod you've ever fished. If you want to find any of these components, you can easily do it at Lure Parts Online. They have all of the American Tackle stuff. And since we're talking about that, we'll show you, if this is the first time you're joining us, if you haven't ordered from American Tackle or from Lure Parts Online, let's show you right here. If you go to Lure Parts Online, if you enter the code Hook'nHunt10, you'll get 10% off your order. I suggest if you're ordering rod components and lure stuff, you can do it all at one time. Use that code and you will get 10% off. Our friends at Prime One Camo, with hunting season being here, they've got some new duck hunting hats. They've got some awesome new fleeces and just great hunting apparel all together. Put in the code HookHunt25, you'll get 25% off there. Fish419.com are both our shooting and our fishing glasses, including my signature shooting glasses. Our Fish419, put in the code ThanksJC and you will get 10% off. Also now remember, if you don't know, you can find us on Roku or Fire TV. Just put in Hook and Hunt TV. We have our own channel there now, so you can see all the shows from the last 2 seasons that we did. You can easily find us anytime you want on Roku and Fire TV, as well as, you know, with Facebook and Instagram. So I hope tonight that this was informative. I hope this helped you. Please leave your comments. Please leave your questions. Share with people if you really found this informative. If you need any more information on this, we'll be doing more videos in the future to complete this rod, and anything that we can do to help you become better at building your own rods, building your own lures, you can always find it right here at Hook and Hunt TV. Until next time, God bless you. Stay safe. I'm Jim Crowley. We'll see you.